Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. This is my newest segment of Markets A Look Ahead on this Sunday, October 27, 2019. People, we have to talk. Seriously, this is a big week, bigger than most. I would imagine that most of you that follow this blog know why I am saying that. This week, we are going to hear from the Federal Reserve regarding monetary policy. Now, before we get there, I want to talk about the setup, or what I really should call the cover-up, as to what is going on right now and what is being set up. Now, we all know, this is no secret. Everyone around the world who is following this realizes we are now in the new phase of quantitative easing. The Federal Reserve is pumping hundreds of billions into the debt market to keep the illusion of a normal yield curve alive. And I explained to you what this is doing, and you can see it playing out here. By the Federal Reserve pumping hundreds upon hundreds of billions into the debt market, it's keeping the slope of the yield curve appearing normal. This has opened a doorway for more cash to flow into the stock market. Hence, we're seeing stocks move higher. New record highs are coming. No doubt about it. So, where's the cover-up? The cover-up is very simple. If you notice, and I have outlined this, but I really want you to pay attention to this. The President of the United States has not mentioned a single word regarding the full-blown, in-our-face quantitative easing that is going on right now. Hundreds of billions being pumped into the debt market, recapitalizing of the banks, the expansion and extending of the Federal Reserve's repo scam. It's a scam to keep the illusion of liquidity going in this market. Cash, hundreds of billions, is being moved back and forth in this market. And the same thing is going on between the banks themselves to keep the illusion of liquidity real. Liquidity is drying up. This is why epic sums of more easy money is going to be pumped into this market to keep the illusion real. Henceforth, why, and here's the cover-up, why the President has not mentioned a syllable regarding what's going on here. Why? Only one Democratic hopeful so far has raised the specter as to why the Federal Reserve is doing what it's doing now. But if you notice with her too, Elizabeth Warren, it has now become radio silent. Look, they all understand what's going on here. The cover-up right now between the President of the United States and the rest of his flunkies and every single Democratic hopeful right now should be in your face. They all know what's going on. The people outside my window, the dumbed down, the zombified sheep, have no idea what the Fed is doing right now. This is the setup. So, understand that if the Fed cuts rates this week, and I'm leaning towards that they are going to cut rates this week, Wednesday, it'll seem kind of the norm. Most people have no idea of what the Federal Reserve is doing right now. Again, the President is not talking about it. Democratic hopefuls, for the most part, are not mentioning it, although they know what's going on. So, forget the two-party, divide and conquer mechanism in place here. You're being played like a grand piano. There's no such thing as a two-party system. It's one party. They work together. They put distractions in front of you. They lead you to believe that they're pursuing an end on either side. These are obstacles that are deliberately put in your path to keep you stuck, to keep you not being able to move forward, to not being able to see what's happening. Nothing is what it seems. Even regarding this whole impeachment thing, do you believe this is real? Do you actually think that this is not being put out there to distract you, to keep you divided, to keep you off balance? If you believe that this is real, if this is actually being pursued right now, then you have fallen into the trap they have set for you. It is not real. Nothing is real. Everything you're seeing right now before your eyes is a distraction, allowing the Federal Reserve and other world central banks to reach their end goal. Okay, to reach their end goal, which is to own everything, to create slaves around the world, nation slaves, individual slaves. Everything else is a script. This is a sitcom. It's not real. So again, this goes back to the cover-up. Like I was explaining to you, why we're not hearing the president mention anything whatsoever with regard to the full-blown, in-our-face quantitative easing, banks being recapitalized, the repo scam, everything that's going on right now. And just one Democratic hopeful mentioned this recently, and now nothing. You think that's by coincidence? I hope not. I really don't. Like I said, people, the United States government is bought and paid for. This is a private entity now. The Federal Reserve, also a private entity run by the Wall Street banks. If you do not understand at this point that you are being played like has never been seen before in history, that we've already lost. We've allowed this to happen. We have given everything away that our forefathers worked towards. It's gone. Gone. It would take a revolution of epic proportions to get our country back, but I don't even think that's possible anymore. The military-industrial complex has a stranglehold on you as an individual and on the world, and they're not about to give it up. So this is the cover-up. This is why we're not hearing a word about what the Federal Reserve is doing right now from the president, from Democratic hopefuls for the most part. You're not hearing anything from Elizabeth Warren, who started out bringing to light what the Fed is doing now, but all of a sudden, she's been silenced. So this should give you a clue, a little bit, as to who's really running the show, and I honestly hope you're starting to see more light here, understanding what's going on around you, the distractions, the roadblocks, the lies, propaganda. It's all a game. It's all a game, and you have been played. With that said, pretty much, the summary is this. Stocks are going to continue to move higher. The cover-up is pretty simple, laying the groundwork for a rate cut this week. Could you imagine if the general population knew that full-blown QE is going on right now, that the banks are being recapitalized despite windfall profits pretty much across the board, that the Federal Reserve is rigging the debt market to a level that we have not seen before, greater than the 2008 meltdown, the illusion of liquidity in this market by cash being moved back and forth between parties, between the banks. You think this is all by accident yet again, or do you believe this is by design? It's by design, people, all of it. It's a terrible thing that we're witnessing here. It's a terrible, terrible thing. But again, we know what to do. Bet against this debt. Become your own central bank. Hold hard assets. Get out of the dollar. Take the president at his word. Take the president at his word with regard to rate cuts, with regard to dollar intervention or dollar devaluation. He cannot say dollar devaluation. He has to say intervention. Note the choice of words here. If the president were to say devaluation, people would go, what? Why is the dollar going to be devalued? He must say intervention. Part of the cover-up. Part of the charade. Wake the freak up. Anyway, people, look, I'm out of here before I get all bent out of shape. I really do love all of you, and I'm counting on you to get this word out here. Spread this video. Start talking about these things. Put it into perspective. Some people, no matter what you say, believe the lies. They want to. They want to. People want to be lied to. for the most part. They have to be led to believe that what they're being told is real. And again, the one party that is in control of the world right now needs these people to fall into that trap, and they have got legions of people stuck in there, unable to free themselves. I mean, it's a deliberate indoctrination concentration camp. And these people, although they're free to leave at any moment that they want to, they choose. They can just snap their fingers and be out. They refuse to do it. All right, again, I love you. Please share this video. Get it out there as far and wide as you possibly can. And I will see you tomorrow morning for my absolutely lovely, and it's going to be lovely, pre-market report.